All right, 6 months after Superstorm Sandy, several towns on the Jersey Shore are faced with the incredible task of rebuilding homes, protecting them from future storms. So in order to do so, towns are using the power of eminent domain, taking control of small strips of land from homeowners and turning the land into sand dunes. Now many of those homeowners are firing back, saying you cannot take my property, my rights are being violated, and you're not compensating me. Anthony Delapelle is an eminent domain attorney who represents some of those property owners. Anthony, those property owners holding out, not allowing those dunes to be built, are being called selfish, and some are saying we're just going to take that land if you don't give in.
Well, the government may have the right to take the land, and that's something that the government has the right to do under its eminent domain powers. But these people are being called selfish merely because what they want to do is they want to protect their property rights.
So in order to protect that, the government has ruled that we have a way to do that. We're going to build some sand dunes to create a barrier so the next storm doesn't wipe out the whole area. And you're saying, from your client's perspective, you're going to take my property, block my view, and not give me any money back.
That's what's happening, but it's not just about the view. What's happening, Brian, is the government is taking part of the private property that these people own, and some of them are losing a view, some of them are losing access to the beach that they paid for. Some of them are losing private beach because in New Jersey, most private property along the shore is owned up to the high tide line. When the government takes the sand and puts it into a dune, the beach becomes public. It's no longer private. So these people want to be compensated for the loss of their property.
So they say you're holding up $60 billion worth of disaster relief aid because you will not allow these dunes to be built. Your clients won't. What do you say to that?
If the government needs to take the property, New Jersey is what's called a quick take state. The government can take that property and the compensation part of the case would be resolved later on. So the government does have the right in most of these cases, if not all of them, to come in and take the property quickly. Within a matter of weeks or months, they could have it.
What's the next step?
Well, the next step, at least in New Jersey, would be for the government to try to negotiate an acquisition with the property owners. And if that fails, they can use eminent domain and go in court and take the property that way.
And your clients feel as though they're being intimidated and bullied?
Some of them are.
And that's why you're here?
Yes.
How many do you represent?
We represent a few right now, but there are dozens up and down the shore in various towns that are in this position right now.
So I can understand both sides, but the bottom line is you have property, you're paying for the property. How hard would it be to compensate people for the property that's being taken away?
If you had, if the town took part of your backyard to make a baseball field for the Little League, wouldn't you want to be paid for the loss of your yard?
I'm going to ask you, I would ask you how much your rates are, what your retainer was, and I'd fight for it.
There you go.
There you go. Anthony, thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right.